Welcome to Astrocipher Hindi, where survival sometimes depends on the most unexpected heroes. No one remembers the names of kitchen workers. They are invisible, always in the background, preparing meals, cleaning, moving silently through corridors no one important ever notices. That's exactly why I survived. And that's exactly why I was the only one who could save her. The palace was under attack. It started without warning. Alarms screamed through the halls as explosions shook the upper levels. Royal guards rushed in every direction, weapons drawn, trying to contain a situation that was already out of control. A coup. Someone from inside had betrayed the queen. Military exits were sealed within seconds. Escape ships destroyed before they could even activate. Every official route was blocked. Every security system compromised. But there was one thing the attackers didn't know. The service tunnels, hidden beneath the palace, built decades ago for maintenance, food supply, and emergency disposal systems. Only workers like me knew them, and at that moment, they were the only way out. I was in the lower kitchen when the first explosion hit. Pots crashed to the ground. Steam filled the air. For a second, I froze. Then the emergency signal flashed across the wall. Royal evacuation protocol failed. That's when I realized no one was getting out. At least, not through normal means. Footsteps echoed from the corridor. Fast, uneven. I turned and saw her, the queen. But not the way the world knew her. No guards. No royal presence. Just fear hidden behind control. She looked at me like I was her last option. Are there any exits left? Her voice was calm, but urgent. For a moment I hesitated. Helping her meant becoming a target. If we were caught, there would be no second chance. But then I remembered something. People like me are never noticed. And today, that was our advantage. There's one way, I said. But it's not meant for royalty. She didn't hesitate. Then it's perfect. Another explosion shook the building. Time was gone. We moved. Fast. I led her through the kitchen, past burning equipment and collapsing structures, toward a narrow steel door hidden behind storage units. Most people walked past it every day, without ever seeing it. I unlocked it manually. The moment it opened, a dark tunnel stretched ahead. Cold, silent, unknown. This leads beneath the palace, I said. No cameras, no scanners. But it's not safe. She stepped inside without fear. Neither is staying. The door closed behind us. And just like that, the world above disappeared. The tunnels were tight, barely enough space to move quickly. Pipes lined the walls, dripping with condensation. The air smelled metallic, old, forgotten. We moved in silence. Every sound mattered. Every step echoed. Above us, the palace continued to collapse into chaos. But down here, it was something else. Stillness. Isolation. A hidden path no one expected. Halfway through, the lights flickered, then died. Complete darkness. For a moment, we couldn't see anything. Then she raised her hand. A faint glow appeared from her skin, illuminating the path ahead. It wasn't just light. It was power. Controlled. Ancient. I realized then, she wasn't just a ruler. She was something far more important. Something they were willing to destroy everything to capture. Why are they doing this? I asked quietly. She didn't answer immediately. They don't want a queen, she finally said. They want control. We kept moving, deeper into the tunnels, until we reached a junction. 3 paths. Only one led out. But something felt wrong. Too quiet. Too still. And then we heard it. Footsteps. Behind us. They had found the tunnels. Which meant one thing. There was a traitor who knew this place. My heart started racing. If they caught us here, there was nowhere to run. The queen stepped forward. Calm. Focused. They won't reach the exit. Her voice wasn't fear anymore. It was command. She turned toward the tunnel behind us. And for a brief moment, the glow around her intensified. The air shifted. The ground trembled. And then, silence again. The footsteps were gone. Completely. I didn't ask what she did. Some things you don't need to understand. You just keep moving. We reached the final exit. A rusted hatch leading to the outer supply zone, far beyond the palace walls. Freedom. Pushed it open. Cold air rushed in. The outside world looked calm. Too calm. As if nothing had happened. She stepped out first. Then turned back to me. For a moment, she just looked at me. Not as a worker. not as someone invisible, but as someone who mattered. You were never just a kitchen worker, she said. You were the only one they couldn't see. I didn't know what to say, because she was right. All my life, I had been overlooked, ignored. But today, that's what saved everything. A distant ship appeared in the sky, silent, waiting, her escape. She walked toward it, then stopped. Why did you help me? She asked. I thought for a moment, then answered honestly. Because someone had to. She smiled, just slightly, and then she was gone. The ship disappeared into the sky. And just like that, the war for the palace was no longer my problem. But something had changed, because for the first time in my life, being invisible had made me the most important person in the room. And somewhere out there, a queen had survived, because a kitchen worker knew a path no one else did. For more mind-blowing sci-fi stories like this, subscribe to Astro Cipher Hindi.